Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back to our Lego room. In today's video, we're taking a look at a cool new instruction set by Jeff Pinkerton that I picked up on Rebrickable. It's for a Lego warehouse and specifically a Lego crane and shovel warehouse. Really intrigued by this particular building, and I think it's going to be an excellent addition to our layout. The part that really sort of caught my attention at first was the fact that there is a train track entering the middle of the building here. Now, these crane and shovel buildings were apparently used for a lot of different things: assembly, manufacturing, maintenance, lots of different reasons why you might have built one of these structures in the past, which I think is nice. Gives us a lot of different avenues for sort of coming up with a backstory for this particular building and the types of materials that might be around it, the types of trains that might need to visit it. So, I think that this building is going to give us a lot of opportunities to come up with some interesting storytelling and to create some interesting scenes around our Lego layout. Now, when it comes to the footprint of the building, you can see here highlights the stud dimensions of the building to be 71.2 by 98.2 by 43.5. The nice thing about this particular building, though, is it seems like there's a lot of flexibility to those numbers. So if we look at the front of the building here, from this wall over here to this wall over here basically spans 3 half base plates, so 16 by 32. So we've got a 16 by 32 for this chunk of the front of the building over here, another 16 by 32 for the middle portion, and then another 16 by 32 for the edge portion on that side. Then he's added on, it looks like, some extra sort of plates and bricks and that to extend the structure out, to add a little bit of landscaping and scenery on each side of the building. And then when it comes to the depth of the building, there's a lot of flexibility with that as well. There's a middle chunk to this building that you can repeat multiple times in an effort to extend the length and how far back this building goes. Now, without extending it, it looks like it's roughly 3 base plates deep, which is quite reasonable. I think for my purposes, what I might try to do here is eliminate these little side wings, which would give me just 1.5 base plates across for the entire structure. I've mentioned this before, but our plastic bins that we use for transporting track and buildings to and from Lego shows are, they can comfortably hold 1.5 base plates in width. So if I was able to have this structure be 1.5 base plates across and then maybe have it split up into 3 chunks here, that would make this warehouse very transportable, would give me a lot of flexibility to use it not only here in the Lego room, but to take it to train shows as well, which would be nice. And there's really no reason you should see that or that it would impact how the building is displayed here in the Lego room or when it's out at shows. So that's my initial take and feel about it. I think that, if we wanted to, we could have some optional scenery on either side of this that could be independent of the structure itself, which would be nice. So that is likely the direction that I will head in. And as I mentioned, the interior does have a little bit of decoration, but it's largely a blank slate that we can sort of choose how we want to fill up. So I'll be thinking about equipment, vehicles, and general sort of backstory for this building and where we would like to go with it. Nice to have that flexibility. It does mean, that if we wanted to, we could actually create a couple different versions of this, or create, just a couple different sets of accessories that would go with the building. So if we wanted to have it represent one industry at a particular show, we just take the set dressing for that particular configuration, display it, then we could go back to the other configuration once it's back in the Lego room. Or we could choose to go so far as to build multiples of these and have them each have their own particular use and function and the appropriate details that go with it for that function. So lots of things to consider here, but overall really excited about the potential of this model. I really enjoy Jeff's builds, and especially the grain elevator. It's my pride and joy here in the Lego room, and it's been nice to be able to take that out to shows. So definitely looking to build a few more of Jeff's buildings to have not only in our own room here, but for transporting out to shows as well, because I think they will make excellent additions to group layouts. Now, I will include a link below to Jeff's Rebrickable page. Highly recommend checking out some of the different instruction sets that he offers there. And as I mentioned, lots of options to consider. We'll talk more about this building as we start to build it and as we start to consider the different types of industry and sort of general practices that may be going on in and around this warehouse. So keep an eye out for that. And if you have suggestions on the type of industry that should be represented by this warehouse, definitely let me know and leave them in the comments below. One other thing that I do need to think a little bit about with the railroad track going down the center of this building, I need to think a little bit about where this will fit in, not only on our own layout, but in a group layout setting, so that I make sure this track appropriately lines up with the track that would be servicing that part of the layout. I just need to make sure that, we've got appropriate space on either side of the incoming track to allow for, all the portion, or sort of all the width of this structure to fit in and around there. So things to consider, but highly recommend looking at Jeff's instruction sets if you haven't already, and really looking forward to getting underway with building this particular structure. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and a great addition to the layout. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.